Okay, in this video, we're going to multiply a binomial by another binomial. So a two-term polynomial by another two-term polynomial. This is when we use something we call the FOIL method. I've heard people refer to that before as first, outers, inners, last. I will write that over here. So FOIL, F-O-I-L. So the first, F is for first, O is for outers, I is for inners, and L is for last. And here is our problem. So I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to recopy it on the side, and I'll show you how to do the FOIL method. Thanks. Okay, I copied the problem. It's like copying on a piece of scrap paper. And when you do that copying, one mistake you can make right away is just a miscopy. So I double check that. I have everything written correctly. Now, F is for first. So you take the first term here, that would be 3 times 4, 12. X to the third x times x is to the fourth power. So it would be 12 x to the fourth power. Excuse me. Then I do the outers. O is for outers. So the outers would be the 5 and the negative 5. So I have plus negative 25. I change everything to addition so I can then move around to simplify using the commutative property before I put my final answer. Now the I is for the inners. The inners are the 5 and the 4x. 5 times 4x is 20x. And then I messed that up. This is a great video to show you how I messed it up. The outers, when I did the negative 25, so let me just show you when I did the outers, I actually did the last. That was this one here. So isn't that a shame? I messed up on the first example, but hey, mistakes happen. So the first I did right, it was 3x cubed times 4. The outers, which is the outside one here and the outside one here, that would be the outers there. You would get negative 15x to the third. It's not a huge mistake since I have all addition. I just move around anyways. Then the i's for inners, which would be the 5 and the 4. The 5 in this first set of parentheses, the 4x. In the second set of parentheses, I get to 20x. And then the ones last, that's when I would take this 5 here times that negative 5, which is plus negative 25, which is minus 25. And if we do it that way, most likely we'll be in descending powers. You can see we have the fourth power, we have the third power, we have no second powers, we have the first power, and then we have the 0 power, so they're already in descending power. So I'm going to type that in, and anytime I see adding a negative, I can just make that a subtraction, like here and here. So a quick inspection of my work, and the answer then I typed in over here. So I have adding negative 15x to the third, which I made that a subtraction. And I have the plus negative 25 to just minus 25. Think I'm right? Let's take a look. Nice. Next example. I'll pause, rewrite the problem. All right, let's see if I do better this time and don't make a mistake. So the F is for the first. So I take the first term in the first set of parentheses and the first term in the next one. I get negative 1 is the coefficient times negative 6 is the positive 6, and the x squared. The outers is when I take this outside one here and this outside one here. Negative 1, negative 6, positive 6, and there's an x there, so it's 6x. Common mistake. Be careful of the negatives, and be careful with your variables, what you're multiplying there, so you don't miss anything. Then I go to the inners. The inners will be the inside term here, negative 1 and negative 6. X, negative 1 times negative 6x is positive 6x. And then the last will be the negative 1 times the -6, which is a +6. Now in this example, I have like terms. So I can add those together. So I have 6x squared plus 12x plus 6. Let's check that. So a quick inspection over here of my scratch work and my scrap paper. And I look over here at what I typed in. I think I have what I want, but there's a mistake here. So where's my mistake at? I got to figure out what I did. Oh my goodness. I checked it and notice I put, it was supposed to be 6x squared. I put 6x to the third. My goodness. So I just got to delete that and make that a 2. And now, moment of truth, got it. So mistakes do happen. So take your time so those things can be avoided. Okay, I have the sum of the opposite of x and 2 is being multiplied by the sum of 2x and 3. So the first, I get -2x squared. The outers, this one and this one, will be a -3x, so plus the opposite of 3x. The inside, 2 times 2x is 4x. And then the last 2 times 3 is 6. I have like terms. -3x plus a +4x. Add the coefficients. -3 plus 4 is +1x, or just x. So I'd have no other like terms. So I'm going to transfer this over here. All right, check my work. Check my work over here. Check what I typed in. I looked at the exponent, make sure I had that. Negative, any negatives? Let's see. Nice. All right, last one we'll do. Last example. We're squaring the difference of -4x and 2. So that really means we're just multiplying -4x minus 2 times itself. All right, so on my scratch paper, I wrote -4x minus 2, multiplied by -4x minus 2. So my first, I get +16x squared. Outers, -4x and -2x is plus 8x. And -2, the inners, -2 times -4x is another plus 8x. And then the last, -2 times -2 is a +4. I can simplify like terms. And I end up with this answer. Type it in, see how we did. All right, good luck with those.